Since 1983, FAME has helped business and education work for Maine. Contact the authority, the Finance Authority of Maine. You're watching Mainebiz Sunday, Maine's business news source.
In November, voters will be asked to approve or reject a proposal from Black Bear Entertainment to build a 4-season resort casino in Oxford County. Question 1 on the November 2 ballot asks, do you want to allow a casino with table games and slot machines at a single site in Oxford County, subject to local approval with part of the profits going to special state, local, and tribal programs? Our guest today will debate the pros and cons of those issues. With us today we have two people from the Pro Casino Corner, Jim Boldebook, a major investor in Black Bear Entertainment and founder of Creative Broadcast Concepts in Biddeford, and John Williams, Executive Director of the Oxford Hills Chamber of Commerce. And two people from the Anti-Casino Corner, Dan Cashman, spokespersons for the PAC Citizens Against Oxford Casino, and John Porter, President of the Bangor Regional Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here. This is, we were talking beforehand, this is a really interesting issue and a debate I think that's going to happen. In part, as I was getting ready for today, it's pretty interesting because the debate isn't over whether casinos are good or not. The debate is over whether there should be just one and how it should be managed in the competition and the fairness of play. So it's at least the panel today. So that's what we're going to start out with. Really we're not about the pros and cons, but about how the specific of this particular issue plays out. So first of all, I want to kind of set the stage for folks. I went to the Maine Campaign Finance website, and Jim, I'm going to start with your side. Jim Boldebook, the Black Bear Entertainment group, obviously is the investor group that's working on that project, and also have the Political Action Committee. There are 25 contributors. At the time that I took this data, it was about $365,000. About $300,000 came from just 9 individuals, with $120,000 coming from just 2 folks, and all of those are Black Bear Entertainment investors. So I guess my question to start off with is, do you see yourselves and Black Bear Entertainment in that PAC as being representative of a larger constituency on this issue?
Well, I certainly do. I believe that we're representative of a majority of Mainers, or at least I hope so, who are looking for job creation and for tax revenue generation at a time when we certainly need it in the state of Maine.
Have you sought more public input and contributors and donors to the cause, so to speak?
Well, at the beginning of this process that we started about a year and a half ago, we took the bill that had failed in 2008 narrowly statewide, but was passed in Oxford and Androscoggin County, and we really looked at it very carefully. None of the people who have invested in this project were involved in that project, but we believe that because Oxford did vote for it, that was a good start because they wanted it there. Obviously, they voted for it.
Right.
And we looked at the bill very, very carefully. We asked a lot of people, a lot of groups, a lot of individuals, what did you like about this bill? What did you not like about the bill? And from that, we started to sort out the things and reject and eject the things that people didn't like and put in things that people said they did like. So there was an awful lot of input from people other than our own group.
Okay. Well, let me ask about that with John Williams, the Executive Director of Oxford Hills Chamber of Commerce. What kind of input did you and your members have with Black Bear Entertainment as to this project? Have they solicited your input? And I know you're supportive of it.
They have, and they came to the chamber board and made a very, very strong presentation for the resort. And the chamber board, I guess it's no secret, openly voted to support this project. And what I've been trying to do since I have been back at the Chamber of Commerce, because I took over as Executive Director in January, is more or less just sort of take the temperature of the people in the Oxford Hills area and in greater Oxford County in terms of their desire to have that resort or their desire not to have it, basically is what it comes down to. We have found that the majority of people that we have been talking with are interested in the resort coming in, and there are a couple of reasons for that. You know, we have high unemployment in the Oxford County area. As a matter of fact, the Oxford County area has the highest unemployment percentage in the state of Maine at this particular time. We've had manufacturing plants close, retail manufacturing plants close in the last 5 years. We've got a lot of people out of work, and I think that what it comes down to, and kind of the message that we have been receiving from our constituents, so to speak, and from our members, is that we need more jobs. We need consistent jobs that we know are going to stay, and we feel strongly that this resort is going to provide that.
Okay. And I can see why your group and maybe Oxford County would think that. However, it's on a statewide ballot, so I'm going to turn to the other side of the argument here and talk with Dan Cashman and John Porter. Yeah, so it's like we have these competing business entities in a very industry-specific topic, but it's competing on a statewide ballot and a statewide stage, so to speak. So let me start, Dan, with you. So you're representing the Citizens Against the Oxford Casino. And that PAC is really only supported by Hollywood Slots and Penn National, which is the parent company for Hollywood Slots. I mean, they have about, I looked at the website, about $5,000 in contributions, and they're the only actual supporters on that PAC. So first of all, don't you feel a little disingenuous with the title, Citizens Against the Oxford Casino? Shouldn't it be citizens from Bangor against the citizens from Oxford County? I mean, talk to me about that.
No, not at all. I'm glad you asked that, actually. We have several members within this coalition, including the Maine Association of Agricultural Affairs, the Standard Bred Breeders and Owners Association, Harness Horsemen's Association, Passamaquoddy Tribe at Indian Township, and Hollywood Slots Hotel and Raceway. So all of those different organizations do bring different things to the table. Hollywood Slots Hotel and Raceway, one of the things that they are able to bring to the table is financial considerations. But we also have a couple of other organizations, including the Greater Bangor Visitors and Convention Bureau, and also the Chamber of Commerce in Bangor as well. So yes, it is some folks just in Bangor, but there are some statewide organizations involved as well.
Okay. And talking about the Chamber, I mean, the same thing. I don't see the Chamber's names on any of the, as being donors to that actual PAC. I mean, what's the Chamber's position on this, and how do you approach that?
Well, the Chamber's position on this particular measure is that while it might be a proposal for economic development in Oxford County, it is not a proposal for economic development in Maine. In fact, the bill that stands behind this really does everything it can to contain the benefits to this to one small region of the state. And if you're in Portland, you're not going to really benefit from this. You're going to see the traffic in your western suburbs go up, and it's going to be a problem for you in that respect. And if you're in Bangor, one of the chief community assets there is going to be put at a distinct competitive disadvantage with this facility.
And you're talking about, what is that asset you're talking about?
It's Hollywood Slots.
Right.
And really that is the concern, that this particular proposal does not create a level playing field.
So let me interrupt, because I want to make sure viewers are clear. You're not against casino gambling. In fact, I don't think, I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but just recently, at least more of the groups were working together for legislation to have table gambling in not only Oxford County, but Bangor, at Hollywood Slots, and in Washington County. So that's not the issue. It is about the fairness issue. Is that the issue for you guys?
Sure. There are three groups that we know of who are opposed to this. There's Casinos No, who's opposed to gaming, expansion of gaming in general. There's a group called Oh No One.
Are you aligned with Casinos No?
No.
Okay, so make sure we're clear.
Yep. The only thing that we have in common is that we oppose this particular proposal. Oh No One is Oxford Hills, right. Oxford Hills No on One, which is a local group, and then our group, Citizens Against the Oxford Casino, is specifically opposed to this proposal because we feel it's a bad deal for the state.
Economic development was the issue. Boom, I'm batted back to your court. Why should the state vote yes on this? Will it help the economy of the state, or just as Oxford Hills?
Well, it will absolutely help the entire economy of the entire state, every community, because our proposal obviously has several elements to it. The first being the thousands of jobs that it will create in an area that desperately needs jobs. But one of the biggest components of our bill is, of the $60 million projected tax revenue, roughly half of that will be going to education K through 12 in every single community in the state of Maine. In fact, including Mr. Cashman and Mr. Porter's area in Penobscot County, $2.2 million a year in K through 12 education dollars. So I would say in Washington County, $800,000. In Aroostook, $1.7 million. So.
All right. Okay, good. We're going to take a break right there and come back, and then I want to drill down into the actual economic impacts and what your studies show, and what kind of jobs are really going to be created, and what you folks have to say about that. So,
okay, good, thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back to continue our panel debate on the proposed Oxford County Casino. Stay tuned.
Mainebiz Sunday is brought to you by Bangor Savings Bank, where you can enjoy free ATMs worldwide.